Hello. So we're going to work on dividing by binomials. Okay, so we did dividing by one variable or one term, and now we are going to divide by two terms. Okay, so we're looking at page 31 in book 3. So let's look at number 1. We have x minus 1. Divide that into x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. Okay, so this is our problem. This is number 1 on page 31. So this is actually 31 to 36. Okay, so I'm going to say x times what is x squared? We know it's x. So x times x is x squared, but we have to multiply by both terms. So x times negative y is minus xy. Now the next thing we have to do is we're subtracting. So that means we have to change the signs for each term. Now we're going to add. That's going to be 0. Negative 2 plus 1 is negative 1xy plus y squared. Now I don't need that negative 1 there. So there we go. So x times what is this? So it would be minus y. So minus xy plus y squared. Now I'm going to change the signs, and it cancels. Everything cancels to 0. So my answer is x minus y. Now we need to check it. So x minus y times x minus y. And that we should get in the answer this trinomial right here. So x times x is x squared minus xy negative xy plus y squared, x squared minus 2xy plus y squared, which is the same as my dividend. So we got it right. Okay, so you're just basically using the first term to choose the number in your quotient, or the number or letter or whatever. So that was number 1. Now you do the check across the page to that, okay? So number 2 is 2x minus 7 into 6x squared minus 37x plus 56. Now, if you remember, later on in this book, we will have a remainder. On these, we do not have any remainders. So what times 2x is 6x squared? Be 3x, 6x squared minus 21x. Now I'm going to change the signs. So that's 37 plus 21, which would be, remember we subtract, use the sign of the larger, so it's going to be negative, and then x. Those cancel to 0 plus 56. So 2 times what is 16? Let's see, 8, and that I need a negative, so that's going to be a negative 8x. Okay, so negative 16x plus 56. Remember, we're going to change the signs, and so that's 0 and 0, so I am done. So the next thing you have to do is the check. So 2x, whoops, that's not a very good 2. 2x minus 7 times 3x minus 8. So 3x, so that'd be 6x squared minus 21x negative 16x plus 56. So 6x squared minus 38x plus 56. Ooh, that's a 7. 6 plus 1 is 7. And that is correct. This trinomial is equal to this trinomial. So we are correct. Okay. So that is the check. So everybody should have the check done on page 31. If you don't have the checks done on that page, you can go ahead and stop the video and do them now. Okay, that is page number 31. Then we go on to page number 32. They do get a little more difficult, but you are doing the same procedure. Okay, so just changing the numbers. So I'm going to do number 6 right now. 4x plus y into 8x cubed plus 2x squared y minus 12xy squared minus 3y cubed. Okay, so here we have our problem. So I'm going to say what times 4x is 8x cubed, so it'll be 2x squared, 8x cubed plus 2x squared y. Then I'm going to subtract everything. So that goes to 0. That also goes to 0. So I can just bring down the next term, which is negative 2xy squared. What times 4x would give me this? Be negative 3. Okay, and they already have x, so it's going to be y squared. So negative 12xy squared, and I'm going to bring down the next term, minus 3y cubed, to multiply that by the same thing, so negative 3y cubed. Okay, so you can see I have the same terms. So when I change the signs, add them together, I get 0. So this is my answer for number 6. And then you have to do the check. So you go over across the page, 2x squared minus 3y squared times 4x plus y. And you do that out, and you should end up with that as your answer. Okay, so you're going to be working on those, page 32. And then 9 through 12, it says divide these problems, check by multiplication. Now on this one, you end up getting middle terms that are not in the dividend. So you have to just bring them down. But the thing about this section is you have to make sure you always change the minus signs. If you have any questions on that page, please let me know. Then we go on to page 33, which is to divide a polynomial by a polynomial which produces a quotient with a remainder. Okay, so now we are going to have a remainder. So that means you're going to do it all. You're going to end up with a remainder, and then when you do the check, you multiply it out, and then you add the remainder at the very end. Okay, so this would be on page 34. This is what 34 should kind of look like. You do the problem, check, problem, check, problem, check. Okay, and then you're going to make sure you have all of this filled in on the bottom of this page, and your answers on the next page. You have wisdom principles and scripture verse. Okay, and then we have a checkup, page 36, and I have another video for that one. So here is what your checkup should look like. This is a student that has already gotten it done, and if you do not have all of the checks done, make sure you go through, see what you can do on your own, and if you have any questions, please let me know. So that is the checkup for 36 and 37, and then we have review on 38 and 39. So redo your review, check it out, and then bring it to me and have it corrected before you do the self-test. We're going to do the self-test again and see if we can get this a little bit more, captured in our minds. Okay, so the self-test is quite a bit like the test, and we're just going to review all of the different processes that we learned in this book. You also do have the scripture verse down here. Make sure that's filled in, and make sure that you have everything done on the back. Now, this one does not have a check right here, so make sure you do all of your checks, and I will be grading that. If you do the corrections, I will give you extra points. I am grading the self-check and grading the book for homework. And we will be redoing the test as soon as we're done with all of these videos and we have all of these pages corrected. Please let me know if you have any questions. I'm hoping that going back through the book was helpful to you. Please let me know. Hey, send me a message if this was helpful to you. You can also go back and review any of the videos that you feel you want to review, and reach out to me with any questions you might have. Talk to you later.